Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the not the Legend of Zelda, the Zelda 2 Adventures of Link Randomizer Weekly Race. My name is OPT Lawyer. Joining me for commentary today is DM Stewart 1981. Stewart, how are you this evening?
Doing fine. How about you, OPT?
I'm doing awesome, and I'm ready for some great Legend of Zelda. I keep calling it Legend of Zelda. I'm fired. Zelda 2 Randomizer. Action with what we see. Who do we have on stream today? We've got Thorwolf, we've got Rose City Saint, we've got Link7777, and we've got Link Hero of Twitch. I'm going to dub him Hero so we don't get confused.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. So, if you've never seen The Legend of Zelda,
Zelda
you've never
2?
seen the Zelda 2 Randomizer, let me tell you I would tell you what's randomized, but it's easier for me to tell you what's not randomized. Here's the list of things that are not randomized. Okay, so let's get into what is actually randomized. Now, it's basically everything. So, when we exit the first palace, the castle, you're going to realize that the map is completely different. That's because it's been randomly generated. The map is totally not what it's supposed to be, which is a lot of fun. The palaces, they're going to be randomized in so much as, they're completely shuffled. Now, there is 2 continents and Maze Island. The Western continent will have 3 palaces. The Eastern continent will have 3 palaces, including one in Death Valley, and Maze Island will have 1 palace.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Indeed, but which numbers are completely random? Great Palace could be the first one you come to. In this randomizer flags, we are going to have to do all 6. We are going to have to place all 6 gems. So we are going to get to see all the palaces done. There is a setting that you can change that to like 3, 2, whatever. You can also make that random if you wanted to.
Wow. I'm very familiar with Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. I've been trying to speedrun the 100% all keys category, but I am not very familiar with the randomizer.
Right. So, enemy HP and boss HP are going to be randomized a bit. The experience you need to level up is going to be randomized. How effective each level up is going to be is also going to be randomized. So, like magic, for instance, when you level up magic, spells cost less and less and less. Well, maybe when you level up magic, it doesn't actually make a spell cost any less, or maybe it makes it cost a lot less.
And presumably for the life levels, maybe it makes you take a little less damage. Maybe it makes you take a lot less damage.
Yes. Same thing with attack levels. Maybe you do more damage. Maybe not. Don't know. Completely randomizing the effectiveness. Also, so as far as I can tell, the towns are still going to be the same towns on each continent. Now, obviously, where on the map they are is going to be completely randomized, but as far as I know, the Rauru, Ruto, Saria, and Mido will be on the west, and Naburu, Durunda, New Kasudo, and Kasudo will be in the east. But what spells you get from them are completely randomized too.
So in theory, we could get Thunder out of the first town.
Not only in theory, it's actually happened multiple times. All right, so we're currently having a bit of a runner change here, so hold on a second.
It looks like we're getting T Nightcrawler.
Indeed we are. Hold on, I have to make some changes to commands here. There we go. All right. Well, just bear with us, everybody. We'll get started here in just a few moments. Oh, so the fun thing is when we find Death Mountain. You'll know you found Death Mountain because when you go into a cave in the west, on the western continent, there won't be like a cave encounter. You'll just show up in an absolute utter mess of caves. Caves that have no logical randomness, like no logic to them whatsoever. You go in one, you can end up somewhere completely different.
Now, question regarding that. Will the caves that you go into in the quote-unquote Death Mountain be the actual caves from the real Death Mountain?
Yeah, Death Mountain is contained. Death Mountain, as far as I understand it, is its own map. It's self-contained. The only fun thing is digging through it to try to find Hammer Cave.
Because, of course, halt, the hour of the hammer is upon us.
Well, Hammer may not be in Hammer Cave.
Right. Because items are randomized.
Exactly, because items are randomized. There's 2 items inside of Death Mountain. There will be something in Hammer Cave, and then there's Spectacle Rock. If you'll remember from Zelda 2, once you got the hammer, you walked out of the cave, walked next to the rock, and smashed it, and you got normally a magic container inside there. Yes, Hammer Cave can give you a heart container. Also, thing to keep in mind: the point bags. There are 3 point bag caves throughout the game, like caves you go through and get point bags. Those items, those have been included in the random. So you may go into a place that has an item, and it may be a 500 point bag instead.
That sounds like fun.
Other thing that's randomized. We are starting with 3 heart containers. You normally start with 4. The number of heart containers in this game is also randomized, which means the runners may never find a heart container, or they may find as many as 5. If you're gonna find a heart container and there's not another one in the game will instead put a 500 point bag there. So if we start seeing a lot of 500 point bags, we're going to realize that they're not going to find any more heart containers. So yeah, it's going to be a good ride. What's up? I don't know how to remove somebody. Hold on.
So it looks like it's going to be a complete bag of random fun. So we're going to have T Nightcrawler, Rose City Saint, Link Hero of Twitch, who we're going to call Hero, and Link7777, who I might just call Quad Sevens, in the as our actual on-stream racers. So as OPT brought up earlier, we're going to have to clear all 6 palaces. So that means we're going to see all 6 bosses. Horsehead, Helmet Head, Rebanek, Giant, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Barba, something like that.
No, Barba's the snake.
I thought you said snake. I'm sorry.
No, Giant Wizrobe, whose name escapes me.
Wizrobe. Okay. You cut off a little bit there. He's got a name. Kakarot, yes.
And the big Karok. And the big giant with the spiky
Goma.
helmet.
Guma or Goma? One of those.
Goma's the crab.
Right. I think it's Guma. I'm not sure. Goku. There you go. Chat says it's Goku. I'm good with that. Oh. All right, please forgive us, everybody. We had some technical difficulties, but we should be getting on here pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean really soon. And someone's router go down, but we're perfectly okay. All right, here we go. All right, Stuart, you ready to get random?
Let's get ready to rando.
That's right, let's go rando. Oh, and Nightcrawler has a custom sprite. That is the Princess Zelda.
Nice.
All right, so...
And we are off.
One thing I did forget to mention. You know how there's those special fun and they give you to a special encounter, sometimes they'll have items? In Randomizer, they are always surrounded by tiles of this, like, of a different kind of the same thing. So you see all those forest tiles there? Those are all special encounters in the forest, for instance.
Okay, and we've found Parappa Pass.
We've also found the magic container cave. Hero has got that down there. I missed what town Rose City Saint went into. Nightcrawler has also found... Oh! Well, unfortunately, it takes a death in there. Oh, we found Buto. Oh,
and Link 7 and the enemies in there are nasty. Nightcrawler takes a death.
Yeah, so we have swap big and small enemies on. So that means if a cave or any encounter would have normally a small enemy, like, you know, the bots or the bats or whatever, it could have a large enemy. Hero has already gamed over once, which is unfortunate. But this looks like a very hard start, but we've got a... Oh my gosh, the red Dyrus only give 30 experience.
And Nightcrawler orange Dyrus, oh no.
Also only give 30 experience. This is going to be a long one.
But the worms give 20.
Well, that's nice, at least. We're going to find a lot more of those. So there's the Garaya inside there. I can't tell what color it is because it's dark. It looks probably blue, considering how many boomerangs. I can't tell. Maybe red. He's taking a lot of hits, though. Oh, there's more of them. Okay. So, and inside the magic container cave was the Watcher of Life.
Yeah.
So, that would be
Do
fetch
you want
quest
to have
item
a
number
fetch
one.
quest?
There it is. So, yeah, that would be fetch quest item number 1. If we find Mido, we'll be able to get the spell out of Mido. Whatever that is.
I'm more interested in finding... I guess it is Mido.
Yep.
I'm more interested in getting the downstab.
Also in Mido. Oh, Hero has found the Western Point Bed Cave. So there can be an item in here. Meanwhile, Rose City Saint has actually stumbled upon Rauru. He'll get a free spell out of here. Nightcrawler is inside the Trophy Cave. Hero has picked himself up a magic container. So that's a thing. Nightcrawler takes a death. Rose City Saint has found fire. Now, something about the fire spell. In this flag set, because fire is pretty much otherwise useless, fire is tied to another spell. So when you
We
cast
have a power
fire,
glove.
that's
Power glove in
nice.
the trophy cave.
Nice. So when you cast fire, you will cast a second spell at the same
And Rose
time.
City is in Death Mountain.
Yep,
Has
and he
found
leaves immediately. Oh, we found Saria the Water Town.
Which you'll be able to get a spell fairly easily in there.
Yep, because as much as it's quote-unquote a fetch quest, all you have to do is go fetch the mirror from the screen over and then come back. Rose City Saint also finding Trophy Cave. So, the logic in this will not require you to go into a palace until you do one of two things.
That is going to be Shield.
That's Shield. Until you find the basically the any key or the magic key, or find the fairy spell. Once you find either one of those two, the logic will then start requiring you to go into palaces. Before you find either one of those, it doesn't.
And Nightcrawler finds a cave with the bridge on it.
That is Medicine Cave.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a little while, and I don't remember all the caves, especially in the dark.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, especially because normally you have a candle at this point, unless you're a crazy person that runs this game without a candle.
Yeah, or you're playing any percent.
As I said, you're a crazy person who runs this game without a candle. So, anyway. I did not see what was in Medicine Cave, though. I don't know if anybody got there. Oh, there's a red Daria in there. Or not red one, I'm sorry, a yellow one. Or orange one. Orange one. At least I think that's orange. Maybe it isn't.
If it's orange, you can see it.
Right.
You can see it even without the candle.
As Link is showing us right there. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I missed what palace that was.
One thing I know from... That's one thing I do know from watching any percent.
Yeah. Oh, City Saint taking a death there. This is going to be one of those very hard seeds. I can feel it now. All right, let's see. What do we got here in Medicine Cave?
It's the magic key.
Nice. That is going to allow him to go in the palaces. And mostly, so, because the palaces are completely shuffled too, as far as their rooms. Each palace is self-contained, as in all the rooms in Palace 1 will be in Palace 1. They're just not going to be in the same order, or the proper order. Ever. Because of that, the logic doesn't expect you to be in there until you can actually go through the doors.
That's good to know.
Yes. It's also very handy. Hero is inside a trophy cave, going to pick himself up his glove if he can make it without getting touched once more time. Now, from what I've seen by watching these weeklies, it feels like the runners like to do a lot of their Western overworld exploring before they dive into palaces. And that may even be just for the grinding of experience that, you know, to gain some kind of levels. But I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of overworld exploration before we even touch palaces normally.
And I believe Nightcrawler is in Parappa Pass, the Parappa Pass cave.
I think so. If there's no more enemies in this cave, no, he's not in the Parappa Pass. He found
found the raft.
That would have been. Hold on, what would that have been? That would have been the Heart Container Cave.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks similar, but it's slightly different.
But yes, Game Boy F9 in chat makes a good point. The more you level up before palacing, the more XP you get when you place the gems.
Absolutely. As he also points out, I have to level up some or they're going to die in every, 5 seconds. Which, we are seeing.
Meanwhile, Nightcrawler is diving through Death Mountain.
Without a candle. And look at that. Yes, that is
And
a ton of
look
river
at all
devils.
those River Devils.
Yeah, I don't know what causes that, but it's hilarious every time we see it. So, Death Mountain always has an entrance and an exit cave. And sometimes you actually have to go through Death Mountain to get to the other side.
Well, yeah.
So Link picking up his Any key. Link, hero of Twitch, is going to pick up the Fire spell. I don't think we've seen what that's tied to yet, if only because we can't cast it yet. That's 92 magic points. We don't have 92 magic points.
Okay, so your red Dairas are 50, not 30.
Oh, okay, it was 50. I must not have been able to read it properly.
Orange
I
Dairas.
thought it said 30. Right.
Orange Dairas are 30.
I thought that was 30, but I may have just misread it.
Yes, we do have a tracker tonight to answer Alan Heffley's question in chat. Our tracker tonight is JLo7.
Which he has not.
And Rose City Saint finds a magic container. Yes, someone's got a power glove, and several people have the Any key, and at least someone's got a raft. And we found the means of getting over across the sea.
Did we find the raft spot?
Yes, we found the raft spot.
Yay!
Or at least Rose City Saint did.
Oh, so the grass heart container is just a point bag.
Right, but that could have been a point bag. That could be randomized to a point bag.
No, it is. It's randomized. Well, right. I mean, it may not even been a heart container in the first place. There are 3 point bags that are just part of the item pool in general.
And it looks like the palace that Rose City Saint just ducked into, it looked like the floor pattern from Palace 2, but I don't think that. But it's not Palace 2 because Hero of Twitch is in Palace, has the enemy set from Palace 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and those the hammer throwers only give 20 XP.
Oh, well, we found the item in Palace 2, I think. Did we? No. Oh, we may have.
And Rose City Saint picks up his Any key.
There we go. Everything's on the tracker now. There we go. Alright, so we've got a magic level 2. What's in Palace 2? It's the kid!
And it's another fetch quest.
Yeah, but we like the fetch quest of this game.
What are you saying? I always like fetch quests.
Is this 2 or 5, actually? No, it's gotta be 2. It's gotta be 2. It's the direction the thing was going in.
And I am. I mean, I can assume we get 100 for the. I think that was a red jar. I think is that the red jar, the desert red jar.
It may have. Yeah, I didn't see where the red jar was. I'm sorry.
Well, no. It was a 100-point P bag, but
Oh. What should have been a red jar?
yeah.
Yeah, also randomized. Randomize the small items too, because why not? It's fun! I told you, it's a better list to tell you what's not randomized in this game. Oh gosh. So, Blue Art Hero is a... Oh my gosh. Did he just... Fire is tied to thunder? Fire is tied to thunder.
Oh
boy.
My.
So, that's going to be a very cheap thunder spell as the time goes by, because fire tends to get pretty inexpensive.
So fire is thunder.
Yeah. So we can already cast thunder, which is fun. Hey, Link found Middo. So he'll be able to pick up, I believe he'll be able to pick up a spell, and I don't think he can get down stab yet, because he doesn't have any way of getting up there.
Yeah.
You need jump or fairy to get that, or some weird glitch I don't know about. Nightcrawler going over the water and then coming back.
But he may get jump right here.
Nope.
Reflect.
That is Reflect. That is an absolutely 100% required spell in a seed that requires you to defeat every single palace. A reason being because you have to have it to defeat
Karak.
Yep.
As someone in chat points out, Adventure of Link, more like the adventure of our Lord and Savior Zeus.
Right. That's about right with how much thunder. I have a feeling we are going to be seeing a lot of thunder abuse. A lot of thunder abuse.
Why, whatever would give you that idea?
I have no idea. It's one of those spells when I play the original game I never really use because I'm like, I'm not going to spend all my magic on this. So, let's see here. Link 7777 is... Looks like he's going towards the palace. Can't tell if he's going to go in there or not. Rose City saying picking up the Reflect spell. So we've got 3 spells so far. Well, fire is expensive right now, but it won't be. Fire, at least from my experience, fire tends to get pretty low as time goes by.
Okay, I think this might be Parappa Pass that Rose City is in.
I believe you're correct. Hold on, let's see more of it. No, there's more than one enemy in it. It is not Parappa Pass. That is Fairy Cave. So normally you need Fairy to go up there, but when you approach it from the opposite direction, you just drop down here and you'll end up in a graveyard spot. Now where that took him, I don't know. Nightcrawler over there. I love that Zelda sprite. That is hilarious.
Now, does that mean that Link is the one that's asleep in the
I think it
Great
does.
Palace? Rose City heads over to the east, to
Link is
Eastern Continent.
Indeed, Link is actually already there, and he has found a point bag cave in the Eastern Continent, which will have an... At least I think that's a point bag cave.
No, I think that's the cave that goes to that standardly goes to the north side of that island of that continent.
No, I'm actually positive that is the Port Peg Cave. Yeah, it is.
It's a point bag cave.
Well, it's good because it could be an item. Let's see. Let's see, and it's a point bag.
It's a 500 point bag.
Who randomized this? Well, hero dying to Helmet Head, unfortunate, but he's got another life, give it another go. Well, there's our Great Valley Palace. Don't know how to get to, Death Valley Palace. Don't know how to get up to Death Valley yet, but...
And Hero of Twitch. This time, Hero of Twitch is taking care of Helmet Head.
Oh, takes another hit, but he should be fine. Yep, there you go. He's fine. So there's our water spot. That will have an item if we ever get our boots.
He does get 500 XP out of it.
Indeed. Oh, so the boots in this game. In the randomizer, they're a little different than the normal boots. Normal boots allowed you to walk on certain water tiles. You know, like the one little path here and there you can walk on. In this, you can walk on any water tile that's within the bounds of the map.
Well, that's handy.
Indeed. And normally sometimes required if water is like blocking your path. All right. Link Hero of Twitch is now going into, that is either 3 or 6. Not sure which one that is, and really won't be able to tell until we see some of it.
How do you know that it's 3 or 6?
The pillars are the design of Palace 3 or 6 is Palace 6. Only Palace 6 has that. That's Palace 6. But the pillars are, so there's 3 types of pillars. One for Palace 1 and 4, one for Palace 2 and 5, and one for Palace 3 and 6. The entrances are normally how you tell apart the palaces, but for the life of me, I don't know how to tell 3 and 6 apart until you get into the actual rooms. Because I feel like they look the same. I could be wrong about that.
Link Hero of Twitch is fighting a Rebanak without downstab.
That's not fun. Meanwhile, Link7777 has found Spell. No, Fairy. He's found Fairy in Kasuto. So Fairy also pretty required. I think it'd be hard-pressed to find a seed where you didn't, absolutely need it at some point. Sure, it's possible. But I feel like there's just too many rooms in the game.
Yikes. Hero of Twitch is horrifying.
That is terrifying, sir! Also, I think the encounter lands are randomized. As in, like, if you're on Swamp. Yeah, I think so. If you're on Swamp, you're not necessarily getting a Swamp. Yeah. Yeah, that was a horrifying Swamp encounter. Looks like Link has given up the Death Mountain dig. Thunder and fire, yes. Man, that may actually spur a lot of people to start like pumping points into magic levels just to get the fire usage like crazy.
Yeah.
I miss what Link and Hero Twitch just picked up. Oh, he got the raft.
And I agree with the statement in chat. I like the sentence, thunder it with fire.
Thunder and fire, absolutely. Like that. Just like that. So we don't have the cross yet, so invisible enemies
Rose City Saint gets spell. Gets
No,
these...
that's fire. That's fire. The
Oh,
fairy.
that's
That's fairy.
Fairy, sorry.
I did the same thing. It's okay. Yeah, no, spell is there's Spectacle Rock on the Hero of Twitch side way over there. Don't know how to get there yet. Don't have the hammer for it either.
That's right. That's right. The spell is say the magic word.
Yep, remember the magic word. Oh, Link using fairy to get his down stab. So, it used to think that, you have to have jump to get up there because of course you do. Well, as it turns out, if you use the fairy spell, it remembers what state Link was in when he cast it. So if you're standing on the ground, all you have to do is fairy to the door and press up. And later in where you get the upstab, it's the same concept. All you have to do is crouch down and cast fairy and fly up to the chimney and you'll just drop down.
Huh. I did not know that. Ooh. And Nightcrawler heading into the helmet. Into Helmet Head.
Yep, he's taking it out pretty well there.
Now, Link using down stab to great effect in that encounter.
Oh yeah. The down stab is so important for combat. It really does make the game just a lot easier. Well, not like a lot easier, but easier.
Well, significantly easier.
Nightcrawler has got himself up to life level 5, and he's only at attack level 2.
And Link Quad 7s is heading into Palace 6.
Palace 6 is not a fun place to just randomly explore, considering how long it can be, and it's got those drops that can be really annoying to go through. However, 150 points per red Iron Knuckle is pretty nice.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
So the interesting thing is they are actually different depending on what continent you're on as far as which points they are. Link Hero of Twitch, I think he is in Palace 5? It's either 5 or 4.
Could be.
I can't tell. I recognize the room, sort of. Oh, there you go. Fire, thunder.
Thunder it with fire.
Indeed. Oh, and it's
the item
that's
in
4. I think that's 4, actually. Yeah, that's 4 heroes in, and that was a point bag.
Because it's a right hand. Because it's a right hand item instead of a left hand item.
Right hand item with the smiley top pillars, and the Moa in the front, which makes it not level 1. Yeah, 500 point bag was so nice he decided to save and quit from it. Link Hero does, at least he doesn't have Reflect listed, but I think he has it. We'll see if he ever actually hits the start menu. Yes, we love the steel. Yeah, he does have Reflect. Okay, I thought so. So, here is the epic battle in level 4. Thrill as Hero sits in the corner.
Hardest boss in the game.
Look at that skill. Look at it go. It's a... Oh, he took some damage there. It's okay. Oh, it's close. It's really close. Oh, okay, there we go. Giga Wizrobe. I like that. That was an intense, but actually was kind of close, though, because he almost died. Should make fun.
Yeah, that actually was a fairly intense boss fight. And Quad 7s has Fairy and goes through.
It looks like he has found...
Looks like he is...
just plowing through You know, Rose City saying also fighting Karak. Epic boss fights!
Actually, with this little health, this is a reasonably
Well,
terrifying fight.
There's no real better way to do this anyway, as far as I know. But no, it's terrifying because you could just RNG to death. So, Hero just found the backside of Saria. If you'll recall, you would normally need to find Bagu to get the note to the Riverman to cross the bridge. In this, there is a second city. You sometimes need to do that to cross to a different part of the continent, or sometimes it just like shifts you over like a screen.
You know Bagu? Then I can help you cross.
Bagu.
Meanwhile, Hero into A-Town.
That is Raru. Probably just healing himself.
Yeah, he did. He did go in to heal himself.
Link is going through Palace 4 here, and oh! Those Iron Knuckles and the Jumping Stalfos was not having a good time with him.
Yes, well, death awaits with nasty pointed teeth.
Pretty much. Rose City Saint making his way into Palace number 2. Link getting his awesomely timed point bag. I'm sure he'll be happy to find that and nothing else inside here. Oh, there's the entrance to Death Valley. I wonder if Nightcrawler's going to go that way or not. I believe he does have Fairy. I'm not sure. I think everybody on stream's got the 3 spells from the
Western continent.
From the Western continent that we have access to right now. We don't have access to Rudo's spell because we have not found the trophy yet.
That is old Kasudo in the graveyard.
Yep. Okay, enough of the jokes. Link is taking care of Karak, or however you pronounce that.
Takes a death from Karak.
Hey, we found Bagu! Nightcrawler found Bagu!
But yes, with this little life, Karak is kind of a terrifying fight.
Oh, absolutely. Link had the first one with attack level 5 on stream. I say the best offense is a really good offense. Yes. That made sense.
And let's be fair, these guys, I think, need all the levels they can get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With 3 heart containers, this is not going to be a fun time if that's all we're going to have the entire seed.
And Rose City Saint, finishes off Helmet Head. Link 7777 heading into Palace 2.
Yep. Did Rose City get the child out of Palace 2?
I didn't notice.
I did not notice if he did or not. I was going into Palace 6.
But he does have the down stab to deal with the Rebanak fights.
Well, thank goodness for that.
And Sealing Stalfos.
I love Sealing Stalfos. Sealing Stalfos is great. I hope that never gets fixed. I don't even know if it's something that needs to be quote unquote fixed. It's hilarious and it's awesome and it should stay that way forever.
I agree.
Nope. Thunder Fire. Again. Oh,
Again,
the blue one didn't
Thunder
die.
Fire.
Blue one didn't die. Oh, and this is why you don't want to use all your fire spells, because you run out of magic when you need to cast Fairy to get through a room.
That's true. Has Rose City seen? Yes, he has picked up the down stab.
Oh, in case you were curious, in this randomizer, New Kasuto is not hidden by a forest tile. Yet.
Is it just sitting out in the open?
Yep, it's just sitting out in the open.
And Nightcrawler thunders it with fire.
Indeed. Now, Link 7, as the chat points out, is going for that really big level up right here. Yeah, look at that. Having already beat the boss, he's got enough now where he places his crystal, he's going to get like 3,000 experience.
Very nice. And Nightcrawler takes a death to Karok.
Again, RNG the boss, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, valid point.
You come in with one hit left, you're probably not going to make it unless you get lucky. Yeah, that was some very efficient 2,500 experience grab. Rose City Saints, the first one to go up against the giant lizard. I'm sure he'd like to have, or at least possibly like to have jump right now to, jump spring or jackhammer the crap out of the lizard's head. But
yes, that would be nice.
Got Nightcrawler finishing up Palace 4. Rose City Saint finishing up
Hero
Palace
of Twitch.
6.
Hero of Twitch picking up Fairy.
Yep, he's got the fairy spell now. Rose City Saint making nice work of that giant snake, whose name is really escaping me right now. Hero is Barb, right? Hero is standing outside the Valley of Death, and he's not going in.
He certainly looks like he's thinking about it, though.
They've been trying to force, because we still have these forced encounters here. Well, he's trying to do I believe this is called Fairy Feet, where you use the fairy spell and then somehow make it so the game thinks you've passed through the whole thing, even if you haven't. I'm not sure how that works. That is like one of the few things in this game I don't understand. And inside the Valley of Death is Palace number 1.
Well, okay then.
Or Death Valley, I guess. Not the Valley of Death, but Death Valley. But whatever, same thing. So, yes. This is like the only palace that doesn't have any real block to it. And since our runners have the any key, they're not going to need to go into any dead-end rooms, so... City Saint has found himself a pastor cave. I'm not sure which one that is, but...
It's the pass-through cave that normally goes from south to north on east continent.
East continent, right? Nice. Oh, those stupid panther head things.
Oh, I hate those things.
I hate all of the reoccurring enemies. Rose City Saint has found a Boru. So,
I will.
Stuart.
Yes.
What do you remember about Naburu? I remember this.
I remember the laziest person in the entire game.
The thirsty broad. Yes. She is so lazy she can't walk just a little bit to get
and it's the jump spell.
Indeed. We got jump. Go us. Also, in Palace 1, we found a 500-point bag. By my track, that is 4 500-point bags we have come across so far. There is only 3 in the original, mix, shuffling of the items. Which means we have at least 1 less heart container. At least I'm pretty positive that's what that means.
You're probably right. And we have a river devil.
Oh, he's blocking something too! Look at him! Look at that guy! He's actually standing in the middle. So we make the joke because a lot of times the river devil is standing, in nothing. Or is, standing out just, in a place you can just walk around in. Oh, wait. Is that a pass? That is a pastor cave. That river devil's not blocking anything at all, is he?
Maybe.
No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you can't get around from this way. Oh, where is that candle at? Oh, what palace is Link in down there? Heroes in 1. Link is in. Oh, we're gonna find out. Is that 2? No, that's 3. He's in Palace 3.
Yes, he is.
I didn't see. Did he get an item out of here, or did he just find the boss real fast?
I didn't know. I didn't notice if he got an item.
Honestly,
nice jackhammer on Repo.
That was a nice jackhammer, right? Well, let's think about this for a moment. What does he actually need?
Candle.
No, he doesn't need candle. Outside of possibly needing the flute to get past that river devil if there's no way around him, he doesn't need anything else. He has the thunder spell and he has the reflect spell. And fairy.
Yeah.
He's in theoretical go mode right now. Since the fire spell is attached to thunder, he doesn't need to find the thunder spell. And he probably doesn't need life spell. sure he'd like to find some heart containers, but, you know.
And he's going into Palace 5.
That is 5, yep.
Because it has the Palace 2, it has Palace 2 toppers, but we've already seen Palace 2, and he's already beaten Palace 2.
He tapped in the chat, says we have to rename him to Link Attack Level 7777. Yes. Oh, that's a fast boss. Look at that. He just got in here.
Right away.
And Guma has low health, too. Stick and move, stick and move. There you go. Nicely done, Link.
See, I don't think I would have placed the crystal. I think I would have gotten to where I was going to get the 9,000 experience for the attack level.
Oh, just a little experience there.
Then place the crystal so I could
level up everything else.
Level up all the magic.
Yeah. Well, he still has Palace 1 and Palace 6 to get through, so he's got plenty of time for that. He found a route. He's not even going in. He doesn't care.
Well, he doesn't have the kid.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't he? Did he not get it from Palace?
He did not get the kid from Palace 2.
Oh. Interesting. I thought he had. My bad. He's probably still going to get upstab, because upstab has its own uses. I think there's a few places you might need it from. This is what I was talking about before. You crouch down with Fairy, go up there, and look at that. You know, Nightcrawler fighting.
Nightcrawler fighting a Rebo in from Palace 6.
Yeah, I wish the game would have done the mini boss thing a few more times. It kind of just saved it for Palace 6, and that was it. And I missed what spell Link just got. No, that's upstab. He just got upstab. And Rose City Saint going up against Horsehead. And there goes Horsehead. Don't really have much else to say about that. That was a really efficient and quick fight. Well done,
Horsehead with magic with attack level 5.
I mean, you're not wrong. Rose City Saint soft lock protecting himself there. You do not want to leave the screen on the same frame that level up window appears, because you will soft lock the game. That is why you will actually see runners be patient and wait for that to fill up if it's going to be anywhere close.
Wow, Valley of Death is road encounters.
Too bad we don't have more of that lava all over the place.
Guess it would be nice to see more of the liquid hot magma.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's road encounters, at least.
Absolutely. So I just realized, clearly we've been to Maze Island and I completely missed it.
I guess so.
I must have been level 3.
No. Great Palace on Maze Island.
Great Palace is on Maze Island. You're right. Forgot about that. Yeah, Maze's Great Palace. So, nobody has found a heart container yet. I haven't even seen the entrance to Great Palace. I mean, to Maze Island. You'll see it because it'll be like a bridge that go on the East Continent that just kind of goes off into the ocean.
I was just going to ask, does it have to be on East Continent?
Yeah, yes, it does. Yeah, so the reason why there are 3 palaces on each continent and then 1 maze island, I believe it has something to do with completely destroying the game code if you try to move palace like more than that onto 1 continent. Feel like I saw that like at the start.
There it is. Nightcrawlers found it, I think.
There it is. Yep, that's it. That is it. And he decides not to go on it yet. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's the
No.
bridge. That's just the extended bridge from.
That's the extended bridge from Death Mountain. From Death Mountain to Mido.
Yep.
Hero of Twitch in fight Barba.
Good, Barba.
It's a slightly different method of fighting Barba than I'm used to seeing.
It's interesting. I like it.
And chat points out every runner has had the 1 moment pause of really? Really today?
Yeah. Like, of all times, the River Devil's actually being efficient in his job of blocking Link from doing anything. It has to be today.
I'm thinking that the Maze Island bridge has got to be behind River Devil.
I think so too. I mean, and there may be another way through there with all the different pass-through caves that are on the eastern continent, but so far we haven't seen the runners really utilize a lot of those that have taken them to that point of the continent.
And a
Hero.
pretty decent jackhammer from Rose City on Rebo.
Absolutely. Nicely done. He's going to place that crystal because he's almost dead. And get himself a nice good chunk of experience there. So we may actually need to find that flute someplace. Hero finally taking out Barba. Nicely done.
Maybe the flute's in the Hammer Cave?
Oh gosh, we never found Hammer Cave, did we?
We never found Hammer Cave?
We never found Hammer Cave. Yeah. We haven't found a lot of things, actually. Like, on the Eastern Continent, there's another P-Bag cave of the water spot, which we don't have the boots for. There's the desert spot heart container that I don't believe we found yet. We haven't found Maze Island. There's 2 items on there. And we haven't found New Kasuto, and there's 2 items in there, one of which you need the spell for. And the other is blocked behind. You need 5 to 7 magic containers to get the second item, or the first item inside New Kasuto. It's one of those things that's randomized.
You mean like everything else?
Yes, like everything else. I think. See, you're catching on. It's great. So far, we've only actually found 1 magic container.
Or the flute could be where, could be in New Kasuto.
Could be in New Kasuto. Could also be in 3 or 5. I don't remember seeing the items out of those. But I don't think everybody skipped them either, so.
And Link 7777 heading into, that's Palace. No.
Yes, it is. No, that's not 1. That's
3.
6. 3. That's 3. He's
3.
trying. I bet he's going to dig out the item because he's beaten 3. Oh my gosh! If this is that flute, that would be amazing.
If this is the flute, that could be game over.
I don't have marked down any item for 3, for 5, or for 6. Oh, Hero with the paw strats! The get around the encounter. Nicely done. That was beautiful. I'm actually jealous of that.
One of the reasons that I have not done very well with 100% all keys. That I have not learned the pause strats very well.
Oh, Nightcrawler found Barba and died in the pit of lava. I don't think that was intentional, but I'm not 100% certain. Actually.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, since that is since it's causing him to have to redo the dungeon from the beginning.
Yeah.
Since it was a game over.
Hey, Hero has picked up his jump spell. So the only runner that has found Darunda? No, there's no doubt to do this.
Darunia.
Darunia, that's it. The only runner to find that has not found the kid. Did not have the kid when he got there. Everybody else has the kid. Oh, Hero. Hero, I'm so sorry. Hero, I'm sorry.
I'm
so sorry. Look how long that path is. He just saves the quest. Look at how long that path is. That is so long. That is so rude. Game, that is rude. Come on. That is so long. As the chat had pointed out earlier, the River Devil is nailing his job tonight. You have to go on this one small, narrow, long path just to run into him, and oh yeah, he's got stuff behind him. Oh gosh, Rose City Say has found himself a lava encounter. That is on the desert tiles. I think we saw that earlier. Okay, I believe this is Palace 3 that Rose City Say it's going into. Yes, it is.
Yes, he is going to find. He is going to find the item in Palace 3 as well.
Yeah, our runners are backtracking into palaces they've already completed now. 3 is the shortest.
Nightcrawler is doing his best to jackhammer Barba.
That was a very... Oh no!
Oh no!
I was about to say it was a very nice technique.
And Magic 7 has Fire Lightning down to 11.
Oh my gosh! Oh, spam that lightning, that thunder spell, everybody. Spam that thunder spell. You'll never get the chance again. So, in case you're curious, each one of those boxes is 16 magic points. Yeah.
I think I'm in an AC/DC song.
Right. Or, just so you know, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into a dungeon, we're going to cast Thunder. And Thunder! Thunder! Thunder Fire! Oh! And with that, I think I'm done for the night, everybody. Thank you. I imagine a big hook coming out right now. So anyway, oh, Rose City said taking one. Nightcrawler placing his Palace 6 crystal.
Chad asks, can this race get any more trolly? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it can. It very well can.
Yes. Yes, it very much can get more trolly. Nightcrawler ducks into Death Mountain and then back out. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I think he probably should be doing Death Mountain.
Man. Oh. Man. So we found the
Hero
spell.
Twitch finds the spell.
Where was that at? Darunia? Yeah, it had to be.
Yes,
Yep.
Darunia.
Darunia it is. So we've got Spell. We haven't found New Kasuto yet.
Rose City Saint finds the flute.
Where was that? That's Palace,
Palace
3.
3.
Palace 3 had the flute. That's great. That might be it. I was going to say, if that had the hammer, then we actually had to go back and find
And we
Spectacle
found New
Rock.
Kasuto.
Forget it. We did find New Kasuto. I wonder what's in New Kasuto.
And it's
Let's
5 magic containers to get
so
in.
everyone's got it, because we've only found the extra one. Go that. Let's see. It's the hammer.
Halt! For the hour of the hammer is upon us.
Right. So Rose City is probably going to make a beeline for that River Devil. Let's see what's up there. The only more trolly this could do is put like a water block between them and like something. Maze Palace maybe, or Maze Island. And then have the boots someplace else.
Have the boots in Hammer Cave or Spectacle Rock.
But at this point, I think that's going to be about it, depending again on... So Rose City has actually placed all 6 crystals. He just has to find Great Palace, and he'll be inside. But
which we know is on
Maze Island, which we don't know where that is yet.
It's got to be behind the River Devil.
No, it has to be. 100% it has to be. I think. So I thought Hero was coming in here to actually just like find the item, but I didn't realize that he actually hadn't beaten the place yet. So, which he's just done. So now he's probably going to keep looking for the item. Okay, again, look at this long pathway. This is insane.
And Quad 7 gets boots.
Oh, he found the boots. So that's the other point bag cave. See, now we can just walk on all the water. It's great. All right, Rose City Saints now on the other side. That's
where New Kasuto is.
Wait, so we didn't need the flute? Other people have got around this then.
Yeah.
There's another way around. So that River Devil actually isn't blocking that at all. Oh. Unless someone else
did you notice when Rose City Saint was in pause there? 11 magic points for Fire Thunder.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh, he knows. What's the spell inside here?
Got the spell.
He does.
And let's see what spell he gets here.
Oh, it's Thunder. Check that out. Hey, we're never going to cast that. Because we have it through some other means.
Yes, because we have it through another means that costs a whole lot less.
So the only spell we don't have is Life, which is blocked by the trophy. Link Hero Switch picking up the flute. Maybe it was blocked by the River Devil, because I guess I didn't realize that Link also had the flute. So, because I think he made it to
Does Rose City Saint not have the spell?
He must not.
Because if he had the spell, I would be sure he would have opened up the third item spot there in.
Well, I mean, honestly, he may not have, because he knows he's got practically everything he needs right now, spell-wise. I don't know though. Maybe he may not have spell. I haven't seen his start menu for a little bit.
And he doesn't have boots, and he might need them.
That's true. This is where we still haven't seen Maze Island.
We're looking for where that Maze Island bridge is.
It's got to be over here, right? Like, it has to be.
I would think so.
I mean, I've completely lost track of this map, but I'm pretty sure it has to be over here. Boots were after River Devil. Okay. Thank you, chat. Appreciate that. I do not see a bridge over here. Yeah, there's... Okay, so the boots are there. That is after River Devil. Oh, a hero actually using the spell to fun stuff. Taking care of all those flying moas. I think that's what they're called.
I think so.
Flying eyeballs, whatever. So, of course, this horrible encounter had to be like the one spot right there. There's nothing over there either. So Hero and Rose City Saint are all looking for the bridge to nowhere, and we haven't found it yet.
It's up in Alaska.
Right. Probably is on the northern part of the map. I don't know. Rose City was up there. I didn't see it on the other side of that River Devil.
It has to be boots locked.
It has to be. Yeah, it absolutely has to be. There's got to be something using the boots that we haven't seen yet. Link Hero of Twitch has gone back to start now. Nightcrawler is looking for Palace 1 or 5. I can't solve the maze puzzle if you can't find it.
Yeah, should have turned left. Should have turned left at Albuquerque.
Apparently. I do not believe the bridge actually has to be on the most, like, eastern side of the continent. I'm uncertain, but I don't think it has to be. I'm not sure. Maybe it does, but...
Well, we found the trophy.
Oh, where was it? Oh, is that the
It was
water
in the
spot?
water tile.
Nice. So the runners can go get life.
There it is. Rose's
City
found it.
Rose found it. It was boot blocked. It was boot blocked. Oh my gosh, it was boot blocked. You've got to be kidding me. So you had to get up to the River Devil to get the boots to come back and get the... That's amazing. Absolutely incredible.
Brilliant.
Okay, so Rose City Saint has made it to Great Palace. This is what, a shortened Great Palace. That does mean that there are many rooms that have been removed. However, that doesn't make it any less confusing. Thunderbird is required, which means Thunderbird will be in the direct path of our runners to get to Dark Link. You may recall that Great Palace has some drop-down areas, you know, where you fall through the floor and show up down below. Well,
yes.
In this, if you are before Thunderbird, it will not drop you off after Thunderbird. However, if you end up after you kill Thunderbird, because you may kill Thunderbird and then have to keep exploring, okay? If you drop down after you've killed Thunderbird, it may still drop you off before Thunderbird, so it may take you backwards. But thankfully, once you kill Thunderbird, you don't have to kill him again.
River Devil, you the real MVP.
Yeah, River Devil was blocking stuff. That was incredible. That's best 10 out of 10. Best River Devil ever.
Oh wow, this has been a great seed to be my first seed for
welcome to
Z2 Rando.
Welcome to Zelda 2 Rando, my friend. Just think how much more crazy it's going to get when you have Max Rando flags on.
I don't think it can get a whole lot crazier.
Oh, yes, it can. So I believe Rose City Saint hit a dead end, so it's just going to restart. I guess I should have mentioned, and you probably realize this by now, we're an hour in, I should have mentioned this before, but it is set up to where when you game over inside a palace, you start at the beginning of that palace. In the normal game, the only time that happens is Great Palace. But in this, it's any palace.
Just to note, Nightcrawler and Quad 7s both heading into Palace 1.
It will be the last one they need before they have to go on that amazing hunt to find the Great Palace. Link 7777 will be on his way because he's got the boots. He can find it. Nightcrawler, unfortunately, still needs to find the boots because he still needs to get the flute out of 3.
Yes.
Yes, so far we found 0 heart containers. Now, there's a lot of item spots, as far as I can tell, that we never checked. Including the 2 inside of the Maze Island. Which, honestly, I am a little surprised Rose City Saint didn't just go looking for. But then again, a lot of these runners are very comfortable with 3 heart containers, so...
And he may be not sure if he's behind.
I mean, that's also very true. But based on the 4 runners we have on screen and what I've been keeping track of, we never found the desert heart container tile. We didn't get either item inside Maze Island, and we didn't find out what the spell would get out of New Kasuto.
And our level 1, our Palace 1, rather, item was a 500 point key bag.
Yep. Oh, also, we never found anything in Death Mountain.
And Rose City Saint and Link Hero of Twitch are in Great Palace.
Indeed. So, Rose City Saint does have the advantage of having done some exploration. Link Hero's Twitch is not in Great Palace. He's in Palace 6.
No, he's not. You're right. He is in 6.
He's looking for the flute. Or the boots or something.
He's looking for the boots. He's got the flute.
Yeah, he does have the flute. He's looking for the item in here. Because he has already beaten this. He's looking for that item. We never found the candle either.
Nope.
So I will point out to everybody that while we do have these 4 runners on stream, there are a few other runners in this weekly race. And by a few, I mean...
Several.
Actually, like 2 others who are not on stream. Three others who are not on stream, I think.
So let me say this. If you're enjoying this race, give these runners a follow. Also give our hardworking restreamer Reusation and our hardworking tracker JLo7 a follow, and of course my partner OPT Lawyer.
Follow Mr. Stewart here, and welcome him to the Zelda 2 randomizer community. Oh gosh, Link Hero of Twitch, is he in Death Mountain?
He is in Death Mountain.
Oh man, I feel so sorry for you, man. Rose City Saint is he keeps running into dead ends, so he keeps restarting. I mean, which is a good strategy because Link Sevens is in Great Palace too, so we do have an actual race now. Rose City has the benefit of exploring a lot more so far.
Yes, but a lot of more exploration isn't going to help him if you can't find Thunderbird.
Right. But it will basically give him the advantage over, oh my gosh, Link is just spamming Thunder. Oh gosh, Link 7777 has level 7s. He actually did it!
The dream has been achieved.
Oh, City. Oh, he just dropped through. What was that? Was that the Eon drop? It was the Eon drop. So that room with the fire bridge and the one little narrow thing, it's called the Eon drop. Has to do with Enchantress of Numbers winning a race because she decided to take that drop rather than doing the mathematically correct play of going right. And it ended up winning some big race because of it. Sounded awesome. I wish it would have. It's one of those things. It's like I wish I would have seen live because it sounded really cool. Rose City saying that is a dead end room right there. So you'll notice the runners in Great Palace keep going to the right because Thunderbird is always going to be a room that goes to the right, as is Shadow or Dark Link. She'd be Digishake doing that. Oh, nice. Digishake, in case you don't know, is the developer of this randomizer. He deserves all of your hate mail and angry letters. I mean, love and affection, of course. Absolutely, he's great for making this perfectly awesome, not rage-inducing at all randomizer.
That sounded suspicious.
Oh, I keep saying Digishake. My bad. I didn't have his name up in front of me. I took a guess. I hate those bluebirds.
They are terrible.
Oh, nice! Rose City Saints just...
Very nice, Rose City Saint.
Oh, poor hero. He has lost himself in Death Mountain. At least we're probably going to get to see what's in there.
Well, Nightcrawler has lost himself in Death Mountain as well.
Oh, no. I mean, I can't say I blame him because there's 2 items in here and he's looking for the
Rose
flute
City
stone.
Saint has found Thunderbird.
Or, in this case, Firebird. And we have an angry flying chicken. Oh, City Saint getting the double hits in on Thunderbird. Got only attack level 5, but he's chipping away at him. Okay, so every hit's taking 1 full magic container or heart container away, so he only has 3 hits here. Oh, missed the last strike. Oh my gosh. So close. Nice! Nice fight, Rose City.
Done, Rose City.
Well done. Oh, we found the candle. We found Hammer Cave and it had the candle. Oh, that was clench. I was clenching. I don't know about you. Oh man.
That was close.
Very clutch by Rose City. Wow. Well, as you'll notice, he has defeated Thunderbird, and yet we haven't actually found Dark Link yet. We're on the path, we know that much. It does... Oh, it's a dead end. It does happen sometimes when Dark Link is directly after Thunderbird. This is clearly not one of those times. Yeah, I swear to you, the flag short grave palace is on. I'm sorry, shorten
Well-
Great Palace. Guess it's not technically short Great Palace.
Well, that doesn't mean a whole lot. 'Cause
There it is.
Here we are. Rose City Saint is into the Dark Link fight.
And we all know how this fight's going to go. Kneeling down in the corner. I did not know you could avoid damage when he does that. Nicely done. Rose City Saint defeats Dark Link and finishes the weekly race in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Congratulations to you, Rose City Saint.
See if we can get him in here.
As the
What?
curtains come down, and well, we won't say what happens.
Oh, well, look, he saved the Princess Zelda. It's great.
Wait, another one? Holy crap.
All right, so hey, look, we actually can see what the caves look like now.
And Link 7777 is, well, still exploring Great Palace.
It looked like a nice
Nightcrawler.
long palace.
Nightcrawler picks up the candle in Hammer Cave.
I'm almost positive I've been through here.
It's gotta not be happy to have found that
This is
one.
the one that ends
Gotta not be happy to have gone through all of that just to find the candle, which he clearly didn't need. Because if you go through Death Mountain without the candle, you clearly don't need it. Link
And Quad
777.
7's into the Thunderbird fight.
Yep. Let's see how he does. He's got attack level 7, so his fight's going to go a little... We are joined in the booth by Rose City Saint. Rose City!
Thank you.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Glad
Well-
to be here.
Well played. Let me first say, what an incredibly tense Thunderbird fight, sir.
Yeah, I wasn't on my last life. It would have been even more tense though if I had known about the required fairy room immediately after.
Right.
Yeah, but Reflect really saved my bacon there because I think I took a couple of tinks off the shield that would have been hits otherwise, so that could have been ugly.
Absolutely.
As I look around at the rest of the restreams, I'm seeing that it looks like we had a 3-heart max. Would you say?
No one's found another one yet. Now, there's a decent amount of items that no one's gone to check. Like, nobody bothered to check the 2 items on Maze Island because, let's be honest, you're going towards Great Palace. Like, who cares at this point, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But,
I was in go mode really, really early, except for the fact, I placed gem number 6 at 52 minutes and then realized I had no way into Maze Island. I went through this weird fetch quest of getting the flute out of 3 and then using that flute to access a cave on a remote corner of the continent that had the boots. So I
Yep.
was wondering, was there another way, or did you have to have the
No.
boots?
That was a 10 out of 10 River Devil.
Wow. So we had a required River Devil seed.
Not only that, that was the longest road, like narrow, long road in the mountains to find that River Devil. Every single one.
The one
Every
that
single
Hero
one
Twitch
walk-
is walking down
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I was exhausted just walking there, and then of course I had to turn around.
Yeah.
You don't have the flute.
Every single runner on stream, every one of you, like walked down there just to see the River Devil. Stop for a second, and I swear you probably all of you were like, "Oh, are you kidding me? Seriously?"
Oh, yeah. I was having some serious cold sweats about this seed. I felt really good at the 52-minute mark, 6 gems, and I thought I was going to sub-hour. And then you see the Maze Island Bridge, and I was really like at a loss because I had left so much behind. I had disregarded so much that it would have been just a real episode for me if I had to do anything beyond what I did.
Right. So what was
Link 7777 completes.
There we go. So my first question, honestly, is you went back into level 3 or Palace 3, and thankfully that was the thing that started your fetch quest, if you will, to get the flute to the boots to Palace. Why would level 3? Just because it was the shortest one? You're like, let's just go there first? Or...
Yeah, absolutely. At that point, I didn't have hammer or obviously boots, so that sort of made me not want to do Death Mountain. And I had Palaces 3 and 5 nearby, and I realized that some of those other options, like the Desert Tile and the other Overworld Cave, I felt like they were inaccessible to me, so I had it narrowed down to 3 and 5, and 3 was nearby and small, so that's where I played. If 3 had turned out to be garbage, I guess I would have then had to choose between Death Mountain and 5. I probably would have chose 5.
Newsflash: we did find a heart container.
I hear Thurwolf has 4.
Yeah, Link Hero of Twitch just found it. It was in New Kasuto where you use the spell in the shrine.
Yeah, definitely. I have no idea where Spell was. Was it Trophy Block, maybe?
No, it was
Kid Block, then.
Yes, it was. It was Kid Blocked. Yeah, Life was Trophy Blocked.
Yeah, Life would have been somewhat handy, but I mean, basically, let's be real. When you have a Thunderfire seed, you're not going to be engaging in too many, combat situations.
So how about that? I forget who did it first, but we were like watching, and all of a sudden, I saw someone cast a spell, and everything on the screen died. I think it was Link 7777 because he paused for a second, just like stood there. He's like, "Wait, what?" And we're all like, "Wait, that's thunder! Fires on thunder! You've got to be kidding me!"
Oh yeah, that's very refreshing to find, especially when health and life resources are running low.
We are joined in the chat by Link 7777. Link, congratulations, second place, man. Very nicely done. Well done.
Oh yes, hey guys. Thanks.
Hello. So how about that River Devil?
Yeah, I was beginning to worry that parts of the east were boot blocked, and I would have to go hunt the boots down, and then it became boots or flute, and then I kind of got lucky and dived the correct palace, and then discovered that the boots were also flute blocked, so that was kind of the big key to the whole seed, really.
Right, indeed.
And Thunderfire Seed.
Yeah, that did help, and that's something that I'm not good with because I forget to use it. I have it, but I did a lot at the end this time, and that really saved the 3 heart scenario.
Right. Well, yeah, we have actually found our first heart container.
I was gonna ask if there were any in the seed because I didn't find any.
Well, we found it in the shrine in New Kasuto.
Oh yeah, see, and I didn't get the spell.
The spell was Kid blocked.
Kid being in Palace 2.
Right, Kid being in Palace 2.
Yeah, and I didn't dig Palace 2 for the items, so. And even if I did, I'm not sure I would have got the spell because I already had the required spells, so I was skipping spells anyway.
Yeah, it took Stuart here and I think a lot longer for us to realize that it's like, wait, everyone has everything they need already. They're just looking for palaces, and and where the Great Palace is at.
Yeah, I had to remind myself that I was in go mode when I was. It just felt too early. It didn't feel like it yet. I kind of wasn't ready yet, even.
Well,
Right.
I kept thinking, oh, I have everything, and then suddenly it was like, wait a second, I can't get everywhere I need to go at the east, so maybe I don't have everything.
Yeah, that was a
Right.
real panic moment for me. I had visions of 100%ing after placing gems, well before an hour.
Yeah.
So, I think it was Palace 5. Were we wrong, or was Palace 5 like some of the quickest things we've ever seen? Because I feel like no one stayed any time in there at all.
Yeah, I think it was 2 rooms, if I remember.
Yeah,
Right,
that was probably the easiest Palace 5 I've ever done. I think I had one that was like one more room than that or something, but yeah. Especially
I'd say-
if you're not digging items. That was the easiest Palace 5 ever.
Yeah, for sure, and I feel bad for anyone who went in there.
Because I did 3 first, so I actually gold splitted on that 5. And this is keeping in mind that splits are mostly meaningless because it's random, but you know.
So, Rose, you suggested it. So, how did the always beam sword feel?
That was fine. I thought that was just a nice, fun addition to the flag set today. It didn't really affect the game all that much. I found it a little bit helpful in GP. A couple of situations in waffle rooms where there's snakes shooting at you, and you can sort of snipe them from outside the waffle. But basically, it was a non-factor. As the game went on, I was like relieved that it didn't fool with my head to have the beam sword on, because it can trick you into thinking that you're at full life when you're a hit away from death.
Right.
But that didn't happen. It was all right.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a problem. But
Of course, there's only 3 heart containers. You're pretty much a hit away from death most of the time anyway. So.
Sort of, yes.
Yeah.
And Link Hero of Death into Great Palace.
Oh, here we
Hero
go.
of Death. Yes.
Hero of Twins, yes.
Well, thanks for the commentary, guys. I think I actually got to run, but
Awesome. Well, again, good game. Absolutely.
This was
Yeah.
my first. This was my first foray into Z2 Randomizer.
Yeah, it's the first time you've seen it. It's
Well, I hope you've been enjoying it. It's a real pleasure to play.
Stuart here comes from he's been attempting 100% all keys runs.
oh yeah.
So to go from that to the fun that is absolute randomizer, it's great. It is.
All right, I'm out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lake. Congratulations again. Good job.
Thanks.
Nice job, Link.
So, Rose, this Great Palace looked a little frustrating. Maybe not too bad, but
Yeah.
I feel like you kept running into like dead ends every right you took.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that too when we were talking about Palace 5 and how short that was. First of all, I feel bad for anyone if they dove into 5 looking for the boots or the flute or whatever they needed. That would have been a real awful time waste. But yeah. GP kind of made up for how amazingly easy 5 was. This
Right.
was a really long, shortened GP.
Yes.
Nightcrawler picks up his boots.
Yay! Nightcrawler's got the boots. He can
And
make
he
it
will
to-
be on his way now, yes.
Yeah, he knows he's got it. He's got. By the way, Nightcrawler's sprite. Is that Princess Zelda, right?
That's correct, yes.
How did we get that in the game? Because that's awesome.
It's just a sprite he created.
Okay.
He's been working on other sprites too. I think he has one of a Zora and sprites from other games too. It's just something he likes to do in his spare time.
That's awesome.
It is pretty awesome, yeah. The Zelda one in particular looks really cool. And like if you watch when she takes a hit or a death animation, she is not holding the sword in the same way that Link is. I want to be family friendly here, so I won't go into details on how it looks when Link is holding the sword, but we all know. So
Right.
anyhow, it looks a lot more say feminine when Zelda takes a hit.
There you go. Good way to put. I like that. Good way to put that. No, yeah, but gosh, let me think here. Yeah, no, that as you were saying, that Great Palace looked just absolutely annoying as all get out. It's like every right was just there's another dead end. I feel like I saw you reset like at least 4 times.
Yeah, I can think of 4. You just follow right as far as you can go, and that led to a dead end and a loop. And then you take the first elevator up, and that led you into like the ferry room, where if you go left at ferry or left below ferry, they loop into each other. So that was a bunch of nonsense. And then finally, you just have to go left from the start, where you can still loop if you take the drop after the Eon. There's a drop, the Eon drop, and then the one directly following. And
Right.
if you take the latter, you're in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to explain that to both the viewers and Stuart here, that those drops are really tricky, because if you're after Thunderbird, you can end up back before Thunderbird.
Yeah, absolutely. For people new to playing or new to watching, you can definitely loop. You can't have a drop before T-Bird drop you after T-Bird. Like, that's impossible. But you can definitely fight T-Bird and then move on and then drop back behind him. So the standard meta is, if you're going to take a drop, try to take it early. Once you've gone through a good portion of the palace, especially once you're post T-Bird, you want to try to avoid dropping if you can.
Yep.
And Nightcrawler making his way into Grand Palace.
Let's see if he just takes a gamble and goes left. I kind of doubt it, but let's just see. We do have a third place finisher in the weight race. Thurwood finishes with a time of 1 hour and 35 minutes exactly.
He is a fantastic new runner.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he was on the last stream.
He is a very well-known name in the Zelda 1 community. Still relatively new to Zelda 2, although he's been around long enough. I don't know if you'd really still call him new, but he really ascended the ranks very quickly. I'm really impressed. He beats me time and again just during our random pickup races, whenever Sunday, Monday nights, whenever we do them, and I'm always just so impressed with how adept he is and how quickly he became that adept.
Both of our runners on stream are in Great Palace.
Indeed, and Nightcrawler busting out the Thunder Spell for that massive, bots? Blue little blob things.
It's bad when you have to jackhammer bots.
Look at, gosh, those things have way too much health. I'm sorry.
Here's another pro tip. You can cast the spell on them, and they will revert to normal bots that you can kill in one hit.
Oh, really? That I did not know. That is actually pretty useful. That's awesome.
Yeah, it can be because once those things are all over you, they can deplete your health faster than you think. So
yes,
that spell can save your life. Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Oh yeah.
Of course, in this seed, it may actually have been cheaper to just spam the Thunder Spell because fire. Yeah, what is that? What was that? I think at one point we saw
11.
Magic level 7 had an 11 fire, which meant you could just cast Thunder all day long. You know what? Okay, so Hero of Twitch has 6 magic containers. Other than that, I've only seen everybody else have 5. Like, everybody just found the 1.
I was just wondering, has anyone seen any of the items on Maze Island, or did everyone just go straight for GP?
No, everyone's just gone straight for GP once they hit Maze Island. At least as far as I've seen.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing anybody go for them.
I don't blame them.
Thurwolf mentions in chat getting lost in P2, and I kind of forgot about that as an option when talking about the flute and choosing between 3 and 5. I guess at that point, I should have started considering things like Palace 2.
Right, yeah, if you did not get the what was it, the child in Palace 2?
The kid, yeah.
It was in Palace 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's, I probably would have done 2 if I came to my senses before I went into Death Mountain with no boots, no hammer.
Right. Yeah, Death Mountain, that looked like because as we've seen, both Nightcrawler and Hero dig it to get. Unfortunately, the only thing that was in Hammer Cave was the candle. But yeah, and no one ever found out what was. I didn't see anybody find Spectacle Rock. I mean, we saw it on the map, but no one ever found how to get to it.
I did not spend 1 minute in Death Mountain.
No.
I thankfully never had to. That's
Yeah.
usually one of my last resorts. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's most people because
Yeah.
it's so obviously there's like no logic to the cave layout or nothing. So
Yeah, if you're going to make a play, if you're going to go in there very, very early, just understand that you're making a pretty significant gamble.
right. It's got to be worse when you actually have to use Death Mountain to get to the other side.
Oh, there's a few of those seeds where Death Mountain has been the only connector. That is really sort of a scary moment. That inevitably makes the runner think that they've missed something.
Right. And Victor in our chat pointing out that yes, the drop after the Eon drop is an amazing troll in Great Palace.
Yeah, I certainly fell for it, and that led to reset number 4.
Right.
But if you know the way, the Eon drop from the start is only maybe 6 rooms, I think, or so, maybe 8 tops.
Right, yeah, but at that point, you've explored so much to only get dropped back there.
That's true. At that point, the frustration has already set in. Yeah.
Right. No, I think we've all played this. I definitely had one where going through Great Palace, go all the way, find a drop, take it, and it literally put me 2 rooms away from the start screen.
Just as a bit of off-topic trivia, I had a race last night. We did finals flags, and we had the long GP on, and I really misplayed it. I spent over 31 minutes in GP.
Oh,
and,
goodness.
Ouch.
Yeah, I finished very, very poorly in the standings that night. Yes, but that was... if anyone wants a good laugh at how not to play a long GP, you can check me out on that one.
So, if I recall correctly, the difference between the shortened GP and not is that we've basically removed rooms that only have 2 exits to them, like one like 2 directions, right?
Yes, that is correct. What the randomizer does when you tell it to shorten GP, it will remove, I think the numbers are 25 to 50% of the rooms that have exactly 2 exits. So You'll never remove a room like the Jacquemus room, like any rooms that are T-shaped, or if they're 4-way intersections or what have you, those will not get removed. It can only remove 1-way in and 1-way out rooms.
We should remove some of those waffle rooms for crying out loud.
I guess technically it can, but it never seems to. It always seems like there's 5+ waffle rooms. Eh?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Hero of Twitch is just about has Firebird / Thunderbird down.
Thunder
Right.
Firebird.
Yeah, Thunder Firebird, yeah. There we go.
Thunder
Nicely
it with
done,
fire.
man. Yeah, so too bad like no one has found the life spell because nobody's found the trophy as far as I can tell.
I
we
actually
did find
found
the
the
trophy. We did find the
No, I was gonna
trophy,
say,
but then it didn't
people found
matter.
the trophy.
Yeah, some people are going to find the trophy, but absolutely no one is going to go cash it in.
No, because right now, yeah, life is the only spell left. And it would be the one time that, like, you could actually afford life after casting quote-unquote thunder in the Thunderbird fight. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. This seed was, I mean, other than that, I didn't notice too many, like, strange issues. Palace 6 seemed to be pretty straightforward, which is kind of weird for Palace 6.
Yeah, I actually fell in the statue room drop, which actually led me to the boss quicker.
Right.
Whatever that works. It could have been worse if I had not failed to jump.
Right, yeah. It was, yeah, I didn't see too many people struggling with the palaces, to be honest. It was just the stupid item placement of the boots behind the flute.
Yeah, for
Nightcrawler.
anyone just
Nightcrawler into the Thunderbird fight.
Yes. If you're into really unusual seeds or whatever, you would just point this out as a flute required one because that is pretty rare. I wish I had a stat on how rare it was, but it's rare.
Right. Well, because as we were talking about during the broadcast here, a lot of times that River Devil's not only is he not blocking anything, he's not actually, like, you can walk past him.
In about the 180 races I've done, I think I've had a required flute maybe 4 times.
Goodness.
Either either he's there or he's just blocking like a little piece of road that is useless.
Or you can just get around him. Like, a lot of times it's just a pass-through cave that you just can go around.
Yeah, you can cave or boot around him.
Right. This was just not one of those seats. Lake Hero of Twitch beating Dark Link. And let me see here. I have SRL up. He finishes in 4th place at 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 25 seconds.
GG to Link.
Nicely done, Link Hero of Twitch.
And Nightcrawler won't be too far behind him if he holds true during his T-Bird fight.
It looks like he's got this pretty handled.
I'll say again, if you have been enjoying this race, give these runners a follow.
Absolutely. And come on and join the Zelda 2 randomizer community. This has been quite the experience in the me discovering this randomizer because it's great. Lake Hero of Twitch, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on finishing. How do you feel?
Congratulations on finishing. That about sums it up.
So, flute required.
That was dandy.
Yes. Yeah, we've just been talking about how rare of an occasion that actually is. So,
Yep, I mentioned that in my chat.
nice, right? So, we saw you go after Death Mountain, just kind of hoping that the. Did you have the flute at that point, or were you looking for boots still?
For the boots.
Gotcha.
Pretty much the whole last half an hour I was looking for the boots.
Right. Yeah. So, gosh. So I don't know. What's the first? Other than that, what's the first thing on your mind right now about this thing?
Everything else was pretty easy.
Yeah, we were just talking about how quick Palace 5 seemed to be, and then how long Great Palace seemed to be.
Yep, definitely. I was definitely ecstatic when I found that loop by the ferry. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You're not salty or anything, huh?
You're not the only one who found that, let me tell you.
And Nightcrawler into the Dark Link fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody found that one, man. You were not alone.
I stopped for a moment. I was just like, well.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. Nightcrawler's in the Dark Zelda fight.
Yeah, no kidding. That's one of the nicer features of his sprite. Also, I guess at the beginning of the game, like if he's in North Palace, you have Link laying down in the royal bed or whatever.
Nice.
And Nightcrawler through the fight.
And
hour 47 minutes and 42 seconds.
So, any thoughts about this seed, Hero Twitch?
I mean, I thought overall it was pretty easy. Like you had the glove and what else immediately at the beginning. Something else really good.
Any key, yeah, the magic key came up pretty quick. Thunderfire.
Yeah, Thunderfire. Between that, I'm like, oh well, okay. This seems pretty decent. The first thing I went into was Magic Cave.
Yeah, that had
Double.
the medicine.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Nightcrawler.
How's it going, guys?
You have awakened Link from his deep slumber. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty okay. I mean, beginning of the match I was playing pretty garbage. I'd say like the first half of it at least, but I think I made some gambles that got me some time back.
So, hey, how about that flute requirement?
Yeah. Actually, I think a lot of the smarter people figured that Maze Island was past the river in the south, but I never saw it if it was visible. So I figured the flute was going to be required anyway. So I was looking for the flute. But either way, you're looking for an item, either boots or the flute. You're going to find it whenever. But yeah, at a certain point, I was like, wait a second, we need the flute, don't we? No caves are leading up north. Shoot.
Yeah, that was probably the best River Devil I've ever actually seen. Considering not only was he blocking everything important as far as to open up this seed, but you had to walk this long, narrow path just to run into him, and then walk all the way back with your head down saying, I need the flute.
That River Devil needs a raise. He's doing his job. Unlike so many others.
I think
remember
Joshy
walking
D
down
has a
that thinking,
Twitter
like,
account
I
for
hope it
River
leads
Devil.
somewhere.
He does.
It would be a shorter Twitter account if we had resourceful River Devils like today.
I think it's at Rate River Devils.
We
Or rate my devil or something. I forget the name of it now. If anyone in chat knows Joshy D's
It's
Twitch account.
we rate River Devils.
River Devils.
This one belongs on the list.
Yeah, that was a good River Devil,
Rate
honestly.
River Devils, there it is.
And then even when you get past them, you still can't get to Maze Island. You got to get the boots past there, but that wasn't too bad at that point, considering it was at a cave past the River Devil. I don't know, like I'm sure I could have saved time by not checking the towns at the end when I was in go mode, except for flute and boots, of course. But yeah, I wasn't feeling very comfortable. I was getting my butt kicked the whole seed, except by the bosses, ironically. So
Yeah.
I wanted a heart or life or something before I went to GP.
Well, you guys,
Yeah,
you
that-
found, you and Hero of Twitch were the only two on stream that actually found a heart container.
Was it the same one?
What's the same one?
Yeah.
Probably the only one.
We're thinking that was the only heart container.
Well, I mean,
in
there's
this
a
game.
few. There's a number of items we don't know, including any of the items on Maze Island itself.
Yeah, I didn't care about items at that point.
No one did. Like, everyone's just like, oh, we're just getting done with this stupid seed. I had to have the flute for crying out loud, and then it led to the boots. We're just done because.
And then you got to go to the opposite end of the continent.
Like Stuart and I were convinced that the Reverend Devil was just hiding Maze Island by itself because we hadn't seen a bridge or anything like that. And then when I think it was Rose was searching around up there, we're all like, we don't see a bridge to Maze Island up here. And then he went into the cave and found the boots. It's just like, oh, you've got to be kidding me! It's someplace else.
I figured if it was on West, because, I didn't search, I think, all the palaces on West. I figured if it was on West or underneath, Spectacle Rock or something, someone else would have gotten it first. So, well, not necessarily Spectacle Rock, but...
Spectacle Rock, you needed the boots to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the audience of River Devils on Western Continent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is that?
I think it's just sticking a little close to vanilla, but I would like to see boulders on East and River Devils on West. That'd be fun.
No, there's the if you go down south enough on the screen, you will just see like this massive sea of river devils. Is that just because it's out of bounds or something like that?
It reminds
we
me
need
of
to unleash them on the rest of the map.
that reminds
River
me
Devil
of
Army.
Breath of the Wild. The River Devils remind me of the Guardians, and just being surrounded by them makes it a little freakier. They're everywhere. It's like Attack on Titan. Like the River Devils are underneath the ground too. Spoilers. Oh shit.
I like that. Nice enough.
That's why you shouldn't dig too deep with that glove.
All right, everybody. So,
wow.
any last thoughts on this seed before we wrap up?
Yeah, just drink it in. A flute required seed. That's rare. That's like a leap year type of rare. So drink it in.
How about that for my first seed in Z2 randomizer?
I think that's a sign.
Yeah, this was Stuart's introduction to Zelda 2 Randomizer.
Really?
Yeah, and now he's been playing 100% all keys, so we decided to bring him over to show him what happens when you hit the randomize button on everything.
Oh, was he a commentator?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if you were racing, and I'm like, geez, you finished in that time, and it's your first time? Wow.
He was interested in copying the race. I'm like, yeah, you know about Zelda 2. Come on in. I'll just show you what Randomizer's like.
Well,
it started when we left Northern Palace.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad you got to see an interesting seed for your first time. I mean, they're all interesting, kind of, but this one was especially.
This was especially interesting.
Yeah.
So, this one was fun.
Indeed. So, the Max Rando tournament, just to plug that really quick, that starts in May. When exactly?
It starts May 2nd. There'll be a reveal show right here on Randomania, May 1st, 8 p.m., just an hour before the weekly starts.
Nice. All right, so that's something to look forward to. If this wasn't random enough for you, we've got even more things to randomize. So look forward to that one, everybody. Nightcrawler, Lake Hero, Twitch, Rose City Saint, and thanks so much for joining us and talking to us about the seed. Thanks for letting us restream you guys. It was awesome to watch. Great time as had by all, at least us anyway. I hope you guys had a good time too.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you for the commentary. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. A lot of fun. Good times.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Stuart, any final words from you, sir?
For my first seed, really doing commentary and watching from beginning to end, this was a great seed to be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I want to give a shout out to our tracker, JLo7, and our restreamer, Ryu. Stuart, Ryusation, thank you. My name is OPT Lawyer. This has been DM Stuart 1981. Everybody, that was Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Later,
Night, everybody. Yeah.